of interesting, and I know we've talked about this, our framework to remain independent or thrive as a firm in general. And the first four, table stakes, if you will, is all focused on alignment, strong leadership, having succession in place, and then, understanding deferred comp. But it's all volume controlled around this idea of capital reinvestment to be able to execute that. And to your point, for firms to be thinking that if we can't make that happen today, if we just keep things the way they are, we're going to be okay. And I just think there's so much change in the sophisticated market that makes it challenging to really be able to compete going forward. And I don't know if you're seeing that with all the different investment strategies coming into the market.
Yeah, everyone's got a little bit different flavor, and every firm has different needs. Even when we find a group that's aligned about, hey, we want to do something, we want to be special, we want to make the most of our potential here, we still need to do a considerable amount of work with the managing partner of that firm. And we actually don't call them managing partners, we call them CEOs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just semantics. We actually have a scorecard where we lay out, like, here are the key differences between what a CEO does and what a managing partner does. We have something called CEO Power Lunch, where we bring them in and kind of try to rewire some of the things that people in the profession believe about leadership and management, and kind of send them off to go lead their firms well. And so when we say people first, there's a lot of things that we mean, that there's an ethos to that, but there's also a program and a strategy behind it too. And I just don't think anyone's going to go anywhere without really focusing hard on leadership.
Yeah. Well, and I'd love to dive a little bit deeper into that because I think leadership is a key part to any conversation. And I'd love to hear a little bit about, why you think it's so important today, especially in the accounting profession.
Yeah. I'm glad you didn't ask, like, hey, what's your definition of leadership? Because I've never really like penned that. But what I know is there are lots of different definitions of
Yeah.
leadership that are out there. I think that the defining characteristic, though, that would be in any definition, is that leaders have followers. And as a profession, I think we all kind of have to look ourselves in the mirror and say, what does the talent shortage, the pipeline problem, tell us about our followership?
Yeah.
Do we have a high degree of followership? The answer is kind of no,
Right.
we don't. And so for me, I'm very passionate. I'm really glad that Winning Ways is about leadership development, because I think that is the answer to the pipeline problem. It's not the 150-hour rule, or we got to go into the high schools and tell them how great accounting is. Those might be good ideas, but I really believe that we've got to fix leadership in the profession and have that trickle all the way down in the organization. Because if you get that right, you're going to build great firms that people want to be a part of, and they're going to do a great job for clients. And that's really what we need to kind of turn around this trend.
And I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, you hit it on the head,